I don't know if it was the dreary Labor Day weekend or knowing it was the start of meteorological fall, but I did start to put out some fall decor yesterday, and I wouldn't normally put a pumpkin patch for a background for September, but you may get to enjoy some trips to the pumpkin patch throughout this year. It feels like they're opening earlier and earlier, and I looked, and I always keep tab on Vallis because my family's up that way. They had a little preview over this past weekend. They'll open by Friday for the season. Roca will actually be open by the middle of this month, by September 13th. So that is feeling fairly early, but you may enjoy, again, some of those trips here in a matter of days. High temperatures throughout this month do drop to the 70s by September 30th, the middle 70s at that, and that'll be closer to our average, or will actually be closer to that temperature today for the end of the month, and average low temperatures will slip into the upper 40s by the end of this month, with the sunrise getting later and later and the sunset getting earlier in the 7 o'clock hour. But we're starting out with some fog here from the recent rains we had over Labor Day weekend, starting to appear now as we get the sun to come up a little higher in the sky, getting the appearance of some of that fog over the treetops of our Berry Law camera. Temperatures are largely in the 50s to around 60 degrees across southeast Nebraska with a very light wind to start out this morning. So that is resulting in some fog that's been dense toward the Missouri River, out toward Omaha, bodies of water, some of those creeks that have been rising. They're seeing some of that fog formation early today too, with visibility below a mile up toward Columbus, down to a quarter of a mile in Norfolk, and some reduced visibility in the southwest Nebraska as well. So that will impact portions of the morning commute. That dense fog advisory for areas north of I-80 will be in effect until 10 a.m. this morning, largely on the edge of some of the cloud cover we've seen today. There is a little rain in southeast Nebraska toward Richardson County, really, in Falls City, but that is the extent of it. Nobody else seeing rain, and nobody else expected to see rain today. So once we clear out some of this cloud cover and fog later on, temperatures warming up to the middle 70s today after a couple of days in the 60s for highs over Labor Day weekend. But we'll still be cooler than normal, with a lot of us some close to 10 degrees cooler than normal for an afternoon high today. So there's a look at Stormcast showing some of the clearing by this afternoon happening. A lot of sunshine, maybe a storm in northeast Nebraska trying to survive into southeast Nebraska ahead of the cold front. Not a lot of confidence in that, but we will see some scattered light showers on Wednesday as this cold front gets closer. And I will say, as this cold front comes in, there should be some more areas of smoke moving in. We've done a good job of avoiding a lot of this with the cooler air dropping into Nebraska lately, but there will be some more smoke in the atmosphere to be seen, and some of that getting down to the surface to maybe affect some of our air quality by Wednesday evening. Now, through the end of this week, largely 70s, outside of a cooler day on Friday, and then gorgeous weather for the season home opener for the Huskers on Saturday before another chance of rain early next week.
All right, sounds good. Thank you very much.